What's up YouTube, it's your girl Detru and I am back with another video. Today is like a story time makeup type of thing. Makeup and story time, that's what we're doing today. We're gonna be talking about a toxic relationship. We're gonna talk about a toxic relationship that I'm in with not other water, because I'm not in a relationship, I'm by myself. What? Period. But anyway, we're gonna be talking about my bad relationship that I have with water for some reason, because there was a post on Facebook that was like, oh, if you never drowned once in your childhood, then your childhood was trash or something like that. And I'm like, oh, I got multiple stories about me drowning, and I'm like, that can be a video right there, because I haven't been making videos, but since this week I only work one day out the week, and I'm like, I have time to make videos this week, so that's what we're going to be talking about today. One of the videos for today is about my drowning stories, my relationship, my toxic relationship with water. So get some water. Just do a look at like a quick life update. I have been nothing but working. School, work. That's why I haven't had any videos, because I haven't been outside really to do any videos. But my dad just went on vacation and he should be coming back, and he's going to take me driving. I mean, I drive already, like by myself a little, but I would be taking him like to a further distance out in Indiana and stuff. So maybe I could do vlog that. Excuse me. Coming up, I should be taking a driver's test for my license in May or June. Yeah, May or June, I should be ready to take a driver's test. There's nothing. I did take a COVID test just to see if I had COVID. I took one last month on the 10th, and I took one this month on the 10th, and they both came negative, so I don't have COVID. That's good. It's the year anniversary since we've been in quarantine because of COVID. Other than that, nothing else really, honestly. So we can just we're into the video. Okay, going back to the reason why this video is even happening, the post, right? So I see the post and it's like, oh, if you never had a drown story, if you never drowned when you was little, your childhood wasn't fun. And I said, oh, I poked too much out. But I sat there and I looked and I thought, and I'm like, that's so funny, because I have multiple drown stories from when I was little. And you'd think that I wouldn't have so many after the first time that the drowning happened, right? But sadly, that didn't work out for me, because for some strange reason, I am attracted to water. I love water. Drinking it, playing in it, swimming in it. Even though I can't swim. But that doesn't stop me from going to the water. And I'm like, if I make a video about it, there's so many stories. Where do we start? So today right now we're gonna start from the beginning and see how long it takes. If I'm gonna get through all the stories when I'm done with doing my makeup. First story. So all started in the beginning when I was little and my first time at the beach. My aunt took us to the beach, and I never been to the beach, so this is new to me. I saw how all my cousins were floating and stuff, and I was like, oh, I want to do that. I think I could do that. And then all of a sudden it was like this random moment where they all left me in the water with myself. I was in the water by myself while everybody was cooking and stuff like that. So I'm like, okay, I can do this. I can float myself, because I seen everybody else do it and it looks easier. I wasn't far out in the water, which is the sad part, because it makes me look stupid. I was close to the sand a little bit, to where the rest of the sand was, but not like all it out there. I decided to float, right? And as soon as I decided to float, I drowned myself. Like, my body, it went in the water, and I was choking on water and stuff. But listen, the sad part is all I had to do was stand up, and I was perfectly fine. Like, I hope nobody. As soon as I came out the water, I was, oh, why did I do this? I was like looking to make sure nobody saw me drown, because that would have been embarrassing. But at the same time, I did need somebody to like look out if I was drowning, because I would need somebody to come out there and get me. But at the same time, because I just had to stand up. As I saw after the situation, I hope nobody saw that. Like, I was like, I hope nobody see me. And the sad part is that there wasn't even a lifeguard, I don't think. There was no lifeguard. So he probably was at a ghetto beach, I guess. Because only ghetto beaches ain't got no lifeguard at no beach. That's the only one that. One with the black folks that ain't got no lifeguard. Because I was just so confused. Like, at the same time, I was like, I didn't want nobody to see. Ooh, well, I'm using the camera, like I ain't got a mirror. At the same time, I was like, I didn't want nobody to see me drowning, and all I had to do was stand up. But at the same time, if I was, shouldn't there be a worker there that was like watching all of us? But there wasn't. So, guys, if I was drowning, I would have been a done deal. No questions asked about it. I wouldn't be here today. My next drowning story begins with my father. My aunt again wanted to take us to a water park, right? Oh, was that after or before? No, she wanted to take us to a water park, right? In Indiana, and we all went, right? They have this section in the water park thing, where the bell will go off, and that's when the waves will come. And my dad thought it was a good idea for me and him to go and stay in that park. So, remind you guys, I still can't swim. To this day, I still cannot swim. So, if I can't swim then, I don't know what made him think that I was able to swim. Because I cannot swim. I'll let everybody know in a heartbeat that I cannot swim. Or maybe he thought I was tall enough to not get swept away in the water. But just because you 5'5", don't mean you 5'5" in the water that you in too. Because when I'm in 5 foot water, it's like up here in my chest. Under my chin, yeah. So, we're standing there at the water park in little wave thingies. I'm like, yeah, it's just making tiny waves. I'm thinking it's all good and everything. Until I hear that horn, I was like, okay, if those little waves was like those waves, I'm pretty sure there's not gonna be that much of a difference in the waves that's gonna come from this thing. Devil is a lie. I was almost drowned in that part. There were so many people too, but I just didn't care. Like, that's too much water. Like, them waves too big. Like, the fact that it was coming through so many people, I didn't think that it would be so large when it got to me. I thought it would at least be like a little lower than what it was. I was getting smacked in the face with water. Like, it was trying to take me under. Wait, I was standing up drowning. And then my feet got taken from under me. So, the thing that I did to make sure I stayed afloat, I held on to my father. I literally tried to climb this man like a tree. I was not going. He was not finna let me get taken by these waves. Like, he was standing next to me. He the reason why I'm in here. So, I held on to him. I was not going. I know I probably look silly and everything, trying to hold on to this tall man, climbing on him. He was trying to push me down off him, but I kept on pushing forward to get up on him. Cause I, like, in my head, I'm just like, oh my God, I'm finna die in this water. This is how I in the water. Something that I'm attracted to. Oh, but I'm mad at the fact that he tried to push me down. This man tried to push me down off of him. But it's probably like weird to him because I was trying to climb him, but he was probably shocked. So I can't really blame him Because he's probably like, girl, what are you doing? Trying to survive. That's what I'm doing. I'm trying to survive. Trying to survive. Trying to survive, man. It's hard out here. Hard out here for us that can't swim. I'm pretty sure I'm not the only person who cannot swim, but for some reason you're attracted to water. Like, you're always in the water. Maybe I do have time to talk about all these stories because they're so short, but like in the moment stories. Like, there's no build up in anything, which is sad. Because then after that, it's just going to be me doing makeup. Maybe I should do a part 2 also. Okay, maybe I should do double upload this week. This week or today. Today would be a double upload day. What else is there to talk about? I had a friend, and she invited me and with her family to come with them and go to Wisconsin Dells. Once again, I cannot swim. I think this was during our freshman year. I don't know. I think it was during freshman year when we went, or the end of freshman year, and her mom was like, oh, you can bring a friend with you. And during that time, she didn't have many friends, so that's why I went. Or she didn't really have enough people that she was comfortable with calling her a friend, because when she came into high school, she was like, I'm just here for school. I'm not here to make friends with any of you. Now look at her. She was my friend. She had multiple friends, but I think I was like the only true friend. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter now because we're not friends no more, sadly. So yeah, she invited me with her family trip. Now to the drowning story. They had at Wisconsin Dells, they had this little thing, this water park inside of and across it was an arcade, and we went to go swimming. So first of all, I was in the baby part. I don't care. I was in the baby part. Playing with the babies in the water like this much water in there. My big self in there, over there with the babies. Because the water was cold, so I wanted to get used to it. They had these floaty things that you can sit on and just let it take you around the little thingy, around in a circle, around the circle. They also had a bell thing that goes off. Now for their bell, the reason why I go off is because at the top is a bear. There is a bear with a little barrel, and there's water filling the barrel up. And when the barrel is fully filled, the bell goes off. Now, after the bell goes off, that's when the barrel tips, and all the water that was in there falls in this one spot, right? That for the little loop-de-loop thing that you go through when you wear the little floaty thing. Takes you around in a circle, or it takes you where you want to go, you know, kick your feet around and everything. Me not knowing how to swim, I was just so fascinated with this amount of water being thrown in this one spot, right? I decided to take my little self right over there under that water and let all that water out that bucket fall on me. Now I do a little hold my breath, and like all that water be coming down my face. Be like that. Like, girl, you knew what you was getting yourself into when you came under there. However, one of those times that I was doing it, I actually went under. Like, I was off the little floaty thing. I went under. I wouldn't say I was drowning, but at that point, because I can't swim on it, I just had to learn, like, I'm like scared, but at the same time I had to learn how to go like stiff so I can float back up. So It wasn't much of a drowning, but it was something. Okay, I guess I can talk about the next one now. Is at the same place actually. This is the first time also about her taking me to Wisconsin Dells with her. This is the first time I was on a water slide too. I never been on a water slide before. It was just always in the pool or at the beach. That was the only relationship I had with water at the time. And drowning. But they had a water slide there and I was like, oh, I want to try the water slide. I thought that you can get on a water slide with the little floaty things, but you can't. You couldn't. It was just your body. You had to fend for yourself in the water thing. And me not knowing how to swim, I still went. Don't go on a water slide unless you know how to swim. Honestly. Don't do it. But maybe you need that experience so you can learn how to swim. Obviously that didn't work for me because I still can't swim. I cannot swim one wick. Yeah, so you go on a water slide and you're like this rush to get down to the bottom because it's like a fast thing. I had a headache. I got a headache from it. Just from the rush. And I caught a cramp, which is very bad. It was very bad for me. Like, catching a cramp in water, that's like a recipe for drowning. Like, you're gonna go down to the bottom. You ever see SpongeBob when Patrick caught cramps in his booty lake? It was all twisted and everything. That's how it felt like my leg was. Yeah, I was gonna go down. I felt like when I got to the bottom of that, I was gonna go down. And then not even prepared to not breathe in that water yet. But when I got in that, when I went down, like you would, you go straight to the bottom of the pool. And I just had to relax my body to come back up. I really thought I was a goner. I thought that would have been my last day here if I did not. Ooh, why is it in my eyeball? That would have been my last day if I didn't know how to relax my body and just come back up, because that water was going to take me. That cramp really hit at the bottom of the water slide. Would have been a dreadful ending for me. I don't even, was there a lifeguard there? Yeah, it was a lifeguard there, but he wasn't on the side that I was on. He was like in the middle, and they had always changed shifts and stuff, so I probably would have been a goner if he wasn't there. I guess as we come to the end of this makeup look, we can talk about the last story of drowning. My last drowning story. It happened recently, actually. Recently as in 3 years ago, 2 years, 2 or 3 years ago now. It'll be 3 this month in June. But 3 years ago, my school took us on an HBCU trip, right? And was the first place we went was Atlanta, I think we went to Atlanta first. And we had a pool party at the hotel that we were staying in. And once again, I cannot swim. Yeah, that's my problem. I can't swim, and yet I still find myself in these situations. Even at the age of 17, 18. Still drowning off the same problem. So I got in the water and I was on the shallow side, so I could still float and move around at this point. Cause at first I couldn't really float when I was little, but now I'm at the age where I can float and stuff. So that's all I do. I just float. I fake it till I make it floating. I don't think I have the leg muscles to swim, and if I do, I ain't been using them. So during this time of us at the water park, and well, not at the water park, at the hotel, in a pool, swimming at Atlanta, there was floaties, and I liked floaties, and I wanted a floatie, but every time I looked up, somebody else had a floatie, so I'm like, I can't get a floatie right now because all these people are using these two floaties that you sit in, right? And I should have left it at that, honestly. I'm not gonna do the bottom. Should I do the bottom? I'm gonna do the bottom. I should have left it at that, honestly. Honestly, I should have. Because I saw a floaty. I did. I wanted that floaty. It was a free floaty and nobody was using it. However, this floaty was in the 8-foot area. What made me think I can swim and be okay with getting the floaty? Like I said, I'm 5'5", and 5 foot is like right here under my chin. What made me think that I was able to get the 8 foot and get that floaty? I don't know. I had some unsound confidence that day that I wish I had any other day but that day. Like, that confidence could have been used on any other day but that day. Yeah, I had some I don't know where I found this confidence at that I can get to the 8-foot area and get back safely with this floaty. But I had it, and I went for it. I went to go get the floaty. And as I'm going to get this floaty, the water is coming up higher and higher, and I'm not floating up enough. Like, I'm still in the same position of floating. I'm not getting no higher as I'm going to go get this floaty. And at some point you'll think that I stopped, but I did it. I didn't. I kept going. Like, I want this floaty. I'm gonna get this floaty. I've been wanting a floaty this whole night, and this is the first time that a floaty is free. So I'm going to go and get this floaty. Once again, worst mistake of my life. Because as soon as I got the floaty, I secured it. And I tried to put myself in there, but I can't. I'm not hopping high enough to get this floaty. Like, as I'm jumping, I'm also going down deeper. And as I'm going down deeper, I am choking on water. Water is getting in my mouth. So I am semi drowning. But because of all my past situations, I was able to do this thing where I push my body up, just jumping in the water technically. Jumping in the water like it was nothing to get myself out of this situation, because I am not finna sink to the bottom. They're not gonna have a dead body. I refuse to die in Atlanta. I refuse to be in my obituary that I died in Atlanta. I'm not okay with that. That's not going to happen. So yeah, I jump in the water to get out the water. And my classmate is walking past the pool side that I pulled myself up on to get out the water. He was like, dang, that y'all almost died. They do what? So you mean to tell me you saw me? You saw me drowning, and you just watch. I will forever have beef with him because of that. Just based off that one day. off that one day. And that'd be, yep, we're not friends. We're not cool. I mean, we wasn't friends then, but it's like, if he was like, oh, what up, that tree? We're like, dude, no, we're not friends. We're not cool. Remember, you almost let me drown. Almost let me drown. Alright, guys. Well, this is the end of the video. I'm glad to share more about you. Oh. Did I put some? I don't know. I don't like the color it looks like. Okay, guys, this is the end of the video. I'm not putting eyelashes on, so oh well. I just had to fix everything, a little bit of stuff up on camera, but I'm not including that footage of me trying to fix this. But thank you for watching my video, and hopefully we get another one out this week.